influencers pimping cryptos to make more money. Nah, I don't believe it. I mean, come on. This is pump and dump 2.0, where if you were around in 2001, maybe even 2006, between the newsletters and the other pump and dump schemes where, the newsletters were the influencers back then, where you could get away with that. And then you get a newsletter at 4 o'clock in the morning, and the stock's gonna, have some big news at 10 a.m. and everyone would go buy in, and then the person who put the newsletter out would sell it, and the thing would collapse. Man, ain't that what the hell's going on with cryptos right now? If I feel like I read people talking about, Elon possibly doing that with Bitcoin. Like, we're gonna take Bitcoin, it shoots up. It's like, then we're not gonna take Bitcoin because it's not very green. What the hell were you thinking? Your electric car company that pimps the green electric lifestyle, but you're pushing a cryptocurrency that uses a tremendous amount of electricity to mine coins that are completely virtual. Now think about that for a minute. How much goddamn energy have we spent in this world to create a virtual token? Think about that. How much coal and nuclear energy we just spent to come up with something that you can't touch. And yeah, let's take that as a currency for our green electric car company. Get the hell out of here. That could easily be seen as a balance sheet play to say we're going to take Bitcoin, it gets pumped up, and then we're not going to take Bitcoin and it falls. Like, is there some derivative out there? Is there some way to short Bitcoin? I don't know. Did they make money on that thing going up and down so the balance sheet gets pumped up? We'll see. Because then they said they might take Bitcoin again. Who knows? Kim K, don't know much about her. Guessing worth a couple 100 million, 500 million. She a billionaire? Hell if I know. Do you need to do this? You're probably basically just taking money from lower income earners who are trying to invest in crypto, right? You're going to pump this thing up, and then it's not Wall Street she's going to get the money from, right? It's the small time players are the ones that's going to lose. Somehow, Wall Street always finds a way to sell on the top, if you haven't noticed. So I seen a few other social media people, big and small, who were like, put their whatever token they're pushing in their bio, or they mention it in their YouTube video. So this is going on all over the place. And as much as I hate regulation, this is why things need to be regulated. People just can't be ethical. They will find ways to make themselves more money. They don't care. It's the thing is, it's not illegal right now. It's a wild, wild west. You can do whatever you want. It seems. Unfortunately, what ends up happening is people do things that are kind of shady, and then that ends up bringing on the regulation. It kind of ruins it for everybody else. You can think of many things in life where it's one bad apple ruins a whole bunch, and there's got to be a handful of influencers out there that are doing this kind of stuff. I don't know what she did. I'll scroll down and read the rest of the article here in a minute, but if the regulators are worried, can't be that good. But I mean, it doesn't seem like there's anything illegal by getting up on your social media platform and say, "Hey, I believe in XYZ crypto." That's not illegal, as far as I know. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but the intent is the problem. If you're just kind of pumping it up for self gain, then I can see where there's going to be are you ethical in doing that? But find the difference between ethical and legal, and then we'll have a whole other conversation. It's not the world we're living in these days. So I don't know, more wild, wild west stuff going on, and you wonder why two cowboys shot themselves. Well, this is what's going on. Until regulation's always a couple years behind. I joke about on another podcast, Kane and I do, where like people were smoking the bath salts, and they couldn't find a way to regulate it because it wasn't like a class 1, 2, or 3 drug or something. It was categorized as bath salts. So these people are out there like smoking this synthetic marijuana, but it's labeled bath salts because they couldn't find a way to ban it. So these kids are out there like losing their mind and shooting up the suburbs, just tripping on smoking bath salts. It took us like 2 or 3 years to regulate that. That's every hack in the world, right? The hackers are always 2 steps ahead of the people writing the software. Regulators are always going to be playing catch up. It feels like something should have came down the pipeline already, though, right? This has been around for a while. You think they'd want to make sure they got the whole tax scheme wrapped up and make sure everything's getting taxed real nice, in our government. So this is probably only the beginning of it. But what's going to happen is, now there's new things popping up, NFTs, I think they call them, and kind of like the bath salts. They'll go change the name. They'll figure out something else. They'll figure out a different system, a different method, and they always kind of keep the regulators jumping. So there's always that next thing, and the regulators are always behind, 2 or 3 years. But be safe, try to make some money however you can. But when I see someone pushing something, I already think it's too late to get in on it. Now, it doesn't mean that then it's going to fall, and then maybe you buy in the dip. I don't know. But when I see someone that's like pimping something, it's like, well, it's like when Wall Street already has something factored in. Like if a company makes seasonal money, if they know they make a lot of money during the winter time, for example, that's already factored into the stock price. Wall Street knows that. It's not like a surprise. And then you wait for the winter come around, the stock doesn't pop. And it's like, well, wait a minute, this company made more money because it's the season. Wall Street already knows that. My thought is, by the time someone's pimping something, they already got their position. And by the time you figure it out or you jump in, it's almost too late. And then, some panic buying hits and it drops. I'm going to go see which one she was pushing. Or I don't know if she was pushing it, but whatever crypto got her on the screen, I'm going to go look. My guess is it's already dropped, but we'll see. If it dropped, I'll pin a comment up top, and I'll see what happens. But that's how it usually goes. By the time it gets pushed, you're too late. So keep that in mind. If you ever see someone, a celebrity, someone with a big voice, really pushing something like this, they already had their position locked in. So be smart for you jump in with both feet. If you do, at least hold your nose and don't breathe. But that's all I got for this one. Testing out this new setup here. And if you want to see some different content, different ideas, you can hit me up on Instagram at JamesPhillip313. Drop me a link to a story or something you want me to talk about, and I'll try to get it up on the show here. Until then, I'm going to catch you.